Hey there, YouTube. It's Cadiot, and welcome back to. Let's first preface. When I first started this channel, I had a bit of a building series going on, and so today I'm gonna basically restart that. As you can see, I had a plot of land that I built this castle that is now on screen, and today I'm gonna go through just the time lapse of what it took to really make this thing. And bring it from an empty plot of trees in the middle of a river area to this castle. So without further ado, let's get into it. So now we are getting right into it with this tower here. This is going to be the first tower I built. This was the big, okay, proof of concept. How much can I do to this? And what can I do with it? So what I decided to do was do a corner pattern using the polished andesite, and then my color palette blocks here, which are regular andesite, stone, cobblestone, and I believe that's light gray concrete. And then I would also throw in some fences here and there to make the corners work up. I would then go up a bit, add a window, and then make this top area here, which expands out a bit, but then comes back in for the actual tower. It makes it look bigger, but it really isn't much bigger on the top than normal. And for the little top room, I decided to use these dark oak pillars with, some spruce wood as, kind of the wall. Coming to the roof, we use brick, deep slate brick, and deep slate tiles, and smooth deep slate, and everything, with, deep slate rounding trim. So, now we're going to go over here, and as you can see now on the roofs, while I build this little gate here, I also threw in some mud to kind of add some texture. Big thing to point out here, I was a bit of a dunce when I recorded this, and I forgot to record all my replay mod footage in a shader pack, so it looks a lot more dog right now than it does normally whenever you're in a nice shader pack. So what now, right? We're building this gate here, and we're coming out with this little path. Same little method on the walls, just build it up, see what happens. It goes quick. Yeah, little path here, coarse dirt, rooted dirt, path blocks, regular dirt, and then some spruce and dark oak. Door is just dark oak. So you can see I kind of use these levers as handles, little buttons around the top to give it some more depth. Okay, moving around here to the side, this is now kind of like the garden. It's that area you saw on the intro to the video with the tree is what I'm building here. So I come in here, I dig a bit out of the wall and put up a wall. Another thing to mention, I did this all without the help of World Edit, which made this take a lot longer than it probably should have, which meant I think I spent somewhere between 20 and 30 hours building this thing. It went a lot faster than I thought it would. As you can see, I'm putting up another tower, and now this one's a bit different. So the other two are steps of 2 around it to give it that angle, and this one's a step of 3. So basically 3 up, 3 up, 3 up, kind of as you can see there with the blocks. It makes it a little bit bigger and a little bit different with the layout. So whenever I come and build the top for this one, you can see everything on it's going to be a little bit different. So same thing going in, little rounding trim with the stone bricks and everything for the kind of the walling off portion, and then coming in with the spruce and the dark oak pillars, little spruce planks on the bottom, and then spruce logs on top. Again, adds more texture, makes it so it's not just one solid wall. And then I use trapdoors and stairs to make those rounded open windows. I really wish we had glass that you could do stuff like that with, that would work with that, but that's just a pipe dream. Another thing to point out while I build this roof, this was not recorded in 1.20, as at the time of recording the replay mod for 1.20 had not been released. So it has now, so going forward I'll probably move over to 1.20 with all these builds, which means I'll get more blocks, but that can be both a curse and a blessing, because that means there's new blocks that I'll feel like I have to use. That's I don't know. That's my opinion on that. So as you can see now, doing the same wall treatment over here, laying out the trim. As you can see, I alternate every other block with the andesite, polished andesite slabs, and then alternate every other one of those with a little stone brick stone brick wall. So it kind of jets down, up and down every bit, and now I come in with the chiseled stone brick on top of those walls. Add, again, a little bit more texture, a little bit more variety in the blocks. I'm now like covering the little the little deck platform there with other of my wall blocks to, you know, try and add more, make it not just one solid stone slab. I'm now adding a little gate here on the side, which, and the gate's done, and we're moving on to the plants now. So this was the tree. I'm not the best at building custom trees, so I just kind of gave it a shot, and I'm just going to hope it works. I'm going to hope that I don't get yelled at in the comments. Oh, that tree is super unrealistic, that you should tear it down and build a new one. I'm not tearing it down and building a new one, because I'm probably never coming back to this build unless I really miss something. So, with that tree, it's a bit of that birch and oak leaves with the dark oak base for the trunk. That's just the little flower garden. So over here now, you can see I'm starting work on one of these rocks here, and I finished work on that rock. And we move on to another tower. It's another tower. I don't know what to say about it. It's another one of those special 3 towers. I believe there was actually only 2 of these step of 3 towers on the build, I believe. Oh, and I'm sitting still. It's not a time lapse that I've done without me sitting still on accident, because I just don't know how to, you know, fix the camera. Oh, going back. I don't know. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Up and in. Am I not going to fill in some of those blocks? I don't know what's up here. Those blocks, I swear they're filled in the actual thing. I don't know why they're not filled. I think that's just a rendering issue. I don't know. Again, doing the same thing here at the tower. Towering. Building wall. Building thing on wall. Building roof. Maybe. Build the roof so I can be right. I want to be right. There we go. See, building roof. I told you. And as you can see, I'm just running back and forth here, trying to reference these darn roofs to each other, because I'm trying to make them as close as possible to the same shape so that they match and they don't look, you know, off. I guess I should also mention these towers are not at the same height. So when I was going through, I intentionally would raise them up and down a bit based on their position on the build, and that was to give it a bit of a different height level, height line. So if you look at it from the front, it looks like it's gradually advancing up the towers, and I think it just adds a little bit of depth. I might flash something on screen if I can find a screenshot that shows it appropriately. I don't have to find a screenshot, I can just go and take one. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, moving on here to some more terrain work. So this tower was kind of floating before, and so I added some little terrain work here. Just some rocks, some moss, and in fact, it's the same color. It's the same base, like, stone palette that I've been using on the actual wall. I figure that kind of makes sense because a lot of time with these older structures that you would see, like especially in real life, all the materials are locally sourced, and so at least in my opinion, it makes sense that, you know, this type of stone that would be used in this wall you'd see around here as well. And so I'm trying to mimic that style of stone on the actual build, the actual terrain I'm doing around it. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to just cover the little area here with the stone. And this is something I'll do more throughout the build. This is just kind of where I played with the idea of kind of having a stone coast, and every here and there covering it with some grass and bits to add some more, I don't know, like color, I guess? You know, make it not one solid stone. And now we're going to move on to the back. So the back here, I never actually put anything on these platforms. I didn't see any reason to. I didn't have anything to put on them. I just said that was my, I wonder what I can do with these type things. And so I built out these little platforms with nothing on them. do the same thing as I do the other side with the garden, except I just don't put anything on them. I don't even put a door to them. Don't know how you're accessing them, but you are. So, oversight on my part, I guess. Or just laziness. Probably the laziness. Filling in the base with the stone platform that then is going to get retextured. Eventually. Yeah, retexture. Good job. Good job. Yep, you got it. You got it. Good Cadiot. Come around here to the other side, to the other platform. I think I kind of had to add these to make sure that it just formed down to the terrain. I also really wanted to add a dock right here, which you're going to see in, like, right now, maybe. A dock, yeah, so I add this little dock here, just as a, the palace is under attack, let's have the royal family escape type of thing. So I just throw this little dock back here. And now we come over to the inside. So I didn't actually record me doing the entirety of the inside of this thing. I just recorded a bit of it. So I have the main palace structure here. It's kind of a building and then a bigger building with a tower on the side. Or 2 towers, I guess, maybe? I think, yeah, there's like a second tower somewhere. It'll come on screen here in a moment, maybe. No, not now, like a bit more of a moment. So here I'm doing these little support columns for the main kind of palace room structure, you know, where the throne would be if I actually built a throne inside of it. I don't do interiors. Have I not mentioned that before? Anyway, building up this wall, which then gets textured. Yeah, it's textured. And putting a window on it, trying to figure out the proper shape for the window, or at least those side windows and that front window. So now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to build that upper trim so I can jut it out one level before putting a roof on. This is just kind of like I guess in a real house or structure, it'd kind of be like your gutter space. It's kind of the whole idea is that, you know, you catch your water there and funnel it away from just all rolling off the roof onto one strip of land, making a really muddy mess of your flower gardens. So now I'm going to go in here to the roof and I'm going to use that same kind of roof block palette with all the deep slate, you know, special deep slate I can, and throw it all together. Right now I'm just lining it all up, figuring out which area it goes where, how it goes. And then I'm going to come in, add these windows, and start staring it up, you know, adding stairs, making it so it's not just a one step up type thing. It's a stair, step up, so it's a little less blocky. Even though this game is just all blocks anyway. It's less blocky, I swear. That's exactly what's going on. And then I'm going to add like a little alternating up and down pattern here on the roof. I was bored. That's all I can say about that. And now we're going to skip ahead a bit. You can see that big tower coming up in the back and the other end of the roof being put on. The roof 100% is not even, and there is a good reason for that that will be shown here in a bit. Although I probably could have made it even and it would have been just as okay. But you'll see it in a bit. There's another like little thing that goes on at some point. I don't know. That's all I can say. Little posts go up and then bring up, the next layer of the roof. And this roof is going on. This is the this is the third of 4 different style of tower roofs I put on this castle, because this one is the square one. Well, there's 2 square ones. There's a smaller square one as well, but we do talk about that. I'm a mess today. I don't know how to record. Here we go. Here's that smaller one that I said we were doing. It's a little shorter, and thus the posts are a little shorter on it. It's a short stack. It's a short little tower thing. It goes up nice and smooth, and it actually is gonna be what caps off this portion of time lapse, and the rest of it just got built off camera because I was lazy. I don't like doing too much in replay mod. So now here's what we got. We've got the actual cinematic. So I'm gonna explain a little bit into what is going on here. So we've got the big courtyard area up front. You can come in, you can go in a little castle. You can go down and to the garden. And yeah, this is that final result for that garden. We can just fly back up real quick. Come on. Yep. Crest over the roof. I added another room there. There's no interior. Why would I do that? Myself hiding in the corner there. Going around the corner here. And now I want to show you just a big wide shot of this actual castle. From the side, whole thing just in one area. It's a big castle. It is probably not the biggest I've built in my entire time playing the game, but I would say it's probably the best looking of them all. So now we're gonna swoop into this area. Come on, swoop already. Do it. Come on, give me the cool shot. This is probably the coolest shot I took in replay mod for the cinematic here. And I'm just taking my shots here at the training range. Of course, what would it be? What would this castle be without some sort of training area? I don't know why you'd want that here. You probably would. I don't know. I don't know a lot of things. Here's the big wide shot showing the whole thing all together, all finished. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. Like if you also want to see more of this series. And I've been Cadiot. And I will see you next time. Bye.